Hello again, everybody. I am back in the US once again since the 17th. So I've been here, but gosh, the jet lag has really been killing me. Like, yeah, today's already the 30th, and I got back here on the night of the 17th. And just yesterday, I finally corrected like my sleep cycle and everything. So I've been really tired. But anyways, the trip to Thailand. I know I had expressed a lot of anxiety prior to the trip. Luckily, the trip was a lot better than I had anticipated. Of course, it did not go without its low points and my mom's criticism and stuff. But early on in the trip, I was able to cope with the stuff that she said a lot better, and so being able to brush off a lot of the annoying comments, things got much better, and I was able to stay the entire 27 days. I had to face some annoying questions from my mom, like, "Oh, can't you have a grandchild for me? I'm not sacrificing my body for 9 months just so you can have a kid. I don't think so." And she would ask me to stop taking testosterone. She also criticized my face a lot because of my acne, saying, if I'm gonna have a son, he needs to be handsome. And you can't be handsome with all those acne on your face and all the pimples. You should stop taking testosterone. And actually criticize my hair texture. I think my hair texture has changed a little bit since going on. Like maybe it's a little more coarse. But, I don't really care. It's fine by me. Um, I think the lowest point during the trip was when she made fun of my size, like calling me fat, and like in front of her friends. She had like 4 or 5 friends that we spent some time with. Her friends are really funny. They're pretty cool, I think. But the lowest point was when my mom was making fun of me in front of them. Like I felt like a laughing stock. So the story is that so I got bit by a lot of mosquitoes in Thailand. It really sucked, but so I was sitting in a car to shelter myself from the mosquitoes. As there's barely any in the car, well, hopefully none. But everyone got in the car. We were gonna go back to someone else's house, and my mom was like, "Yeah, I don't know how come he gets so many mosquito bites. It's probably because he's fresh blood, but he's also plump and fat, so the mosquitoes like to bite that." And everyone else in the car laughed along with her, and it really hurt at that moment, being called fat, like, being made fun of for being fat, and it just made me feel really bad. But like I almost wanted to cry, but I knew that I couldn't in the moment. But yeah, that was probably the lowest point. But other than that, I think overall things were pretty good. I did talk to my dad twice during the trip. He didn't come on the trip, he was on the phone. I talked to him briefly when we just got into Thailand, and then he called me by the old name. Of course, he insisted on that. He already knows what my new name is. I've used it on Father's Day cards, I've used it on birthday cards, and my mom and sister have addressed me correctly in front of him. But this is what he does when he hears my now real, current, true name. He goes, "Who? What?" And he forces my mom and sister to call me by the old name. It's absolute bullshit. But so when he called me by the old name, I didn't press the issue because we haven't talked for like more than a year. So, anyways, the next time I talked to him on the phone, I was thanking him for giving me $100 to go shopping in Thailand. It was like midway through the trip, so like 2 weeks in, and he was like kind of like trying to guilt trip me, trying to make me feel bad. I thought the phone conversation was about to end, so I was like, "Okay, Dad, well, I love you and I miss you." And then he's like, "Yeah, well, I miss insert old name here." Like he never said I love you or like my new name at all. He kept saying he loves like his daughter. I mean, it's just kind of annoying because I think he'd be able to deal with it much better if he actually tried to deal with it, if he actually tried to think about the situation instead of trying to turn a blind eye and blocking it out. He even said it himself, I try not to think about it, you know? That's not gonna help. He's like, you took her away from me. And he says that I have her picture in my wallet. I look at it often. You know, I love her smile. She's beautiful to me. She's smart. It's just, yeah, of course everything's gonna be better in retrospect. But I try to tell him, Dad, I hope that you can accept your son because he's a lot happier than your daughter ever was. And of course, he didn't take that answer. And I try to tell him, Dad, whatever my name is and whatever I look like, I'm still the same, soul person underneath. But for some reason, to that, he said, prove it. I don't know how I'm going to prove it, but okay. So I tried really hard to, be calm, talk to him like nicely, politely, no raising voices or anything. But he just wasn't taking it, so I don't know. It's kind of ridiculous. Um, anyways, trip was great. I had a great time. It had been like almost 10 years since the last time I was in Thailand, so it's been a while. I forgot how hot it was. Yeah, it was really warm, really humid. But my relatives, my my aunts and uncles, they received me quite well. There was no trying to make me feel bad for my change and transition. So that was good. Um, and I think everyone over there treated me really well. Like they knew what I used to be, but they accepted, what I am now. So I was really happy with that. And I was glad that my mom made a considerable effort to address me correctly. Like just a few times she'd slip up, but you know, I was really happy that she was trying, and yeah, overall, I mean, I think it was a good time. I had a great time with my sister, um, and I was actually surprised that I wasn't all like lonely, like missing my boyfriend like throughout the entire trip. It was only during like the low points during the first initial 5 days that I was like, I really want to go home. But overall, it's pretty good. And I bought a lot of things in Thailand. As you can see, like this is one shirt. Um, I like the shirt a lot. It's kind of a traditional Thai pattern. Um, if something is asymmetric, it gets my attention. And my mom she insisted on buying me a new watch because she knew I was looking for one. And I said that I was just going to buy it myself, but she said she wanted to buy it. So I'm going to show it to you upside down, but this is Le Watch. Come on, focus. You can do this, camera. I know you can, but well, there we go. Wait, here we go. Ah, here's the watch. It's ticking. Anyways, of course it's ticking, but I finally have a nice watch. I'm really happy. I've always wanted a nice watch, and it's kind of like, I know it was expensive, but it's kind of like, girls, they want like an expensive purse or something, or expensive shoes. A nice watch is like what it is for guys. That is my reasoning. Yeah. Anyways, I think things are going on a good path, and I'm quite happy. And still working on other things, especially trying to not let myself fall into mental traps, like me being ugly or fat or a loser or whatever. But so far, so good. And thank you everyone for your support, because I know that my life, in transition would be a lot different without it. Thank you.